nothing else matters. This is simply the tournament in world football. It has been a long 4 years, but we're finally here. The race for the big prize begins now. So many dreams, so many hopes, so many... So it's away we go then. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
This guy, Ruben Neves, has an eye for the spectacular, but his main role is to be that pivot in midfield, doing all the dirty, ugly work that goes unnoticed, and he'll be covering a lot of ground in front of his defence, something he's very good at, in fact. But every now and again, he'll throw in a humdinger.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Pedro Neto. Araujo. Gonzalo Inacio. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Joao Felix. And here's Ramos. Proves too strong. Baturina. Sucic. Šutalo. Baturina. Stanisic looks to get on the end of this. That has been cut short. He has found the way through. Joao Neves. And reclaimed it in a trice. Vitinha. Araujo. Ruben Neves. Joao Neves. João Cancelo. Araujo. Gonzalo Inacio. Vitinha. And it's played forward. Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes. He is just caressing the ball. Nuno Mendes with the cross. Oh, shooting chance!
Joao Felix usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
It's been a pretty frantic start. A lot of front foot pressing. Sucic. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
And here's... Can he finish? Gonzalo Ramos. Joao Felix. Nuno Mendes. Gonzalo Inacio. Portugal going about it patiently, perhaps too patiently. Araujo. Joao Neves. Has a look and plays it forward. Mendes gets into some space. That's very neat. And it's Neves. It's a threatening ball. Gonzalo Ramos! Played out wide. That's good play. Neither side yet able to find the net. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Terrific save from the keeper.
Ruben Neves clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Sucic. Baturina. Piazza. Stanisic. Oh, sweet feet. Looking for a decent ball in. No way through, so back it comes. Oh, this is a great Piazza! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, I can understand why his thinking was that way inclined.
Sucic. Elik. Ruben Neves. Araujo. Gonzalo Inacio. Long ball looking to counter. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Pasalic. Played back in. And it's Baturina. Sucic chips it through. Gets it away. João Cancelo. João Neves. Gonzalo Ramos. Played into space out wide. Pedro Neto. Well read, nice interception. Piazza shifted upfield, and they can counter here. Played out to the right. The invitation was clear and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a double. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Number 16.
Croatia have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
João Neves. João Neves, gently done. Pedro Neto was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. João Felix. Great defending, strong and determined. Sucic. Sucic. Baturina. And here's Budimir. Well timed, excellent interception. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Out to the right. Sutalo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Baturina. Stanisic forwards and with intent. Now it's Budimir. Oh, he's bustling through here. Budimir spread out to the left. Piazza. João Cancelo aimed forwards. João Cancelo did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter.
Tries a shot! He scores! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Really tidily gathered, and ultimately a more than tidy finish.
And his manager couldn't look happier. That's the kind of interplay they've been working on in training, and it came up beautifully.
Number 25.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Gonzalo Ramos! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Portugal are showing good urgency, but they have to place more emphasis on service into the box.
João Neves. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? João Neves. João Neves knocks it out wide. João Cancelo. João Neves pings it across. Well, that is not what he intended. João Felix. Ruben Neves. And it's Cancelo. And here's net, real chance! It's really well cleared. And here's Ramos. He's having a shot! It's there! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing.
I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
After 43 minutes is number 9.
Portugal get themselves back into contention.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Baturina. Piazza. Stanisic. Sucic. And we've reached half-time. Are leading 2-1, but things have...
The teams come out for the next period. Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
So we're just settling back into this second half.
Portugal can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Gonzalo Inacio. João Neves. That's really well manoeuvred. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Vitinha. Ruben Neves. Vitinha. Back into the middle. Joao Felix. Played back in. Joao Neves. Pedro Neto. Stanisic does really well to win the ball there. Piazza. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Now it's Baturina. And here's Budimir. Budimir. And it's Sucic. Takes the shot! Gonzalo Inacio. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. Joao Felix. Joao Neves. Joao Cancelo. Joao Neves. So, can they find a way to turn round this deficit? And here's Ramos. Portugal have got it back and they'll have another go. Pedro Neto. Sucic did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Pedro Neto? Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Takes aim and crosses.
Croatia clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Araujo. Araujo played over towards the opposite flank. Schutalo. Quarter of an hour into the second half. Piazza. Stanisic. Baturina. Sucic. Piazza. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Great reaction. Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Pasalic really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Substitution for Portugal.
Portugal have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. Gonzalo Ramos, one of the goals, is being taken off now.
Well, this could purely be down to rotation with the next game in mind, but he doesn't look very happy.
Pedro Neto. Elik. Budimir has found the net here, of course. And here's Budimir. Budimir! It's a loose ball. And it's Sucic. Baturina. Sucic. And here's... And the shot! Decent enough try.
Budimir certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
Ruben Neves. João Neves. Pedro Neto. João Cancelo. João Neves. João Felix. Now who's going to be first to this? Ruben Neves. Nice physical challenge. Pasalic. Sucic. Stanisic. Baturina. Pedro Neto wins the duel this time. Stanisic. Piazza. Stanisic. Tries a deft little ball. It's a goal kick. But there's going to be another change here.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 15. Coming on the field is number 8.
Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha, and played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Stanisic is there, and he can get that clear. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Nuno Mendes. Vitinha. Pedro Neto. Vitinha.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Now it's Piazza. Baturina. And here's Budimir. Takes a shot! He should have put that one away.
Sucic really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Substitution for Portugal.
Portugal making another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Bruno Fernandes. And it's Ruben Neves. Now it's Gonzalo Guedes. Decent chance! Pasalic. Nuno Mendes. Portugal must do something here, and very quickly.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Clearly not happy with that. Ruben Neves. Vitinha. Nuno Mendes. João Felix. Gonzalo Guedes! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
Ruben Neves. João Cancelo. Ruben Neves.
They're making life really hard for themselves. The ball needs to be in the mixer, not there.
And it's Cancelo. Bruno Fernandes. So time is nearly up. One final twist, perhaps. Cross from Cancelo. And it's hoisted clear.
Portugal really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Substitution for Portugal. Number 20. Number 19.
Ruben Neves.
Coming on the field.
Diogo Dalot.
Number 5.
Vitinha.
Number
João
14.
Felix.
Substitution in progress. 2 minutes has been indicated.
Ruben Neves have it back and can go again. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. Ruben Neves. Portugal to make one last surge forward. Lovely bit of skill. Needs a quality cross. Vega. Bruno Fernandes. Whistle's gone and they've got themselves a free kick. And it's Dalot. Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha. That's tidy. Ruben Neves. Portugal don't have many options and time is running out. So that's it. It is all over. Suffer the indignity of defeat on day one.